Good morning, everyone. Omari Richards here once again. Continuing off of chapter 3 from I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. We're going to be speaking about Roth IRAs. Or I guess I'll be reading about Roth IRAs. I might skip the part to the end about HSAs, but we'll see. The beauty of Roth IRAs. Once you've set up your 401k and you've tackled your debt, it's time to climb to round 3 and start funding your Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is another type of retirement account with significant tax advantages. It's not employer-sponsored. You contribute money on your own. Every young person should have a Roth IRA, even if you're also contributing to a 401k. It's simply the best deal I've found for long-term investing. Indeed. One of the benefits is that it lets you invest in whatever you want. Whereas a 401k has an array of funds that you must choose from. A Roth IRA lets you invest in anything you want. Index funds, individual stocks, anything. I don't know if they let you do crypto though. You can do BTC though. A second difference has to do with taxes. Remember how your 401k uses pre-tax dollars and you pay taxes only when you withdraw money at retirement? Well, a Roth IRA uses after-tax dollars to give you an even better deal. With a Roth, you invest already taxed income and you don't pay any tax when you withdraw it. Let me put that into perspective. If Roth IRAs have been around in 1972 and you'd invested $10,000 after tax dollars in LUV, Southwest Airlines stock, you'd have hit a grand slam. Not only would the money have turned into about $10 million, but when you withdrew the money some 30 years later, you'd have paid no taxes. This just sounds weird syntax there. You'd have paid no taxes. Although way back in 1972, you would have paid taxes on the initial $10,000 investment. The $9,998,000 you earned in the Roth IRA would have been tax-free. That's unbeatable. Think about it. In a Roth IRA, you pay taxes on the amounts you contribute. Ooh, sorry guys. Think about it. In the Roth IRA, you pay taxes on the amount on the amount you contribute, but not the earnings. And if you invest well over 30 years, that is a stunningly good deal, as you can see in the chart on the previous page. Roth IRA restrictions. As with a 401k, you're expected to treat a Roth IRA as a long-term investment vehicle, and you're penalized if you withdraw your earnings before you're 59 and a half. Notice that I say earnings. Most people don't know this, but you can withdraw your principal, the amount you actually invest from your pocket, penalty-free. There are also exceptions for down payments on a home, funding education for you, your partner, children, grandchildren, and some other emergency reasons. Important note, you qualify for these exceptions only if your Roth IRA has been open for 5 years or more. This reason alone is not enough for you to open your Roth IRA this week. At present, the maximum you're allowed to invest in your Roth IRA is $6,000 a year, but you can't find the most current amount. It's still $6,000. One other important thing to know is that if you make more than $137,000 per year, there are restrictions on how much you can contribute to a Roth IRA. And over a certain income, you're not eligible to open one at all. These limits change each year, and you can find them on the Roth IRA income limits. How to open a Roth IRA. I don't care where you get money to contribute to your Roth IRA, but get it. For ideas on reducing spending and increasing earnings so you can fund it, see Chapter 4. Contributing as much as possible is almost as important as starting early. I'm not going to belabor the point, but every dollar you invest now is worth much, much more later. Even waiting 2 years can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. I want you to do research and open your Roth IRA by the end of this week. To start a Roth IRA, you're first going to open an investment brokerage account with a trusted investment company. See the table on the next page. Think of the investment brokerage account as your house and the Roth IRA as one of your rooms. Although this account will probably hold only a Roth IRA for now, you can expand it to host other accounts, such as taxable investments accounts or additional Roth IRAs for your future spouse and kids as your needs change. If this sounds complicated, don't worry. We're not going to pick the actual investments today. That comes in Chapter 7, but we're going to open up your account and fund it with a little money so that when you're ready to invest, you can. Growth versus access. Question. I don't want to lock in my money. I don't want to lock my money up in a retirement account. I might need it soon. What should I do? Many people think of a retirement account as locking their money up, which is not entirely accurate. Remember that if you contribute to a Roth IRA, you can also draw the money you contribute, the principal, penalty-free. With both Roth and 401ks, you can also access your money penalty-free in certain cases of real need, like to pay medical expenses, prevent foreclosure, cover tuition, pay funeral expenses, and so on. The IRS covers this under hardship distributions. Nevertheless, Unless you really have no other recourses, you should not withdraw money from your retirement account. If you know you'll need your money in fewer than 5 years, put it in a high interest savings account. But don't make the mistake of keeping your money in a savings account just because you're too lazy to take the time to learn how to invest. If you'd invested 10 years ago, would it feel good to have a lot more money right now? Well, the next best time to invest is today. We'll focus on the discount brokerages like Vanguard because they charge dramatically smaller fees, and full-service brokerages like Morgan Stanley. Full-service brokerages also offer so-called comprehensive services, but they basically just charge you a lot of money to sell you useless research and let you talk to salespeople. Discount brokerages, on the other hand, let you make choices, charge only small fees, and offer online access. Don't get fooled by smooth-talking salespeople. You can easily manage your investment account by yourself. So the account he mentions here, Vanguard, Schwab, and Fidelity. The minimum for both Vanguard and Schwab are $1,000. Fidelity is $0. My Roth IRA account is personally with Fidelity. Factors to consider when choosing your investment brokerage. Frankly, most discount brokerages are pretty much the same. Minimums. Before you open your investment account, you'll want to compare minimum required investments. For example, some full-service brokerages will require you to have a hefty minimum amount to open an account. When I recently called Morgan Stanley, the rep I spoke to recommended a minimum balance of $50,000. Technically, you could open an account with $5,000, she told me, but the fees would kill you. This is why you use a discount brokerage. Most do require a minimum contribution of $1,000 to $3,000 to open up a Roth IRA, but they often waive it if you set up an automatic transfer, even if it doesn't waive any minimums. I recommend setting up monthly automatic transfers so your money will grow without you having to think about it. More on this in Chapter 5. Features. You can also investigate the features your brokerage offers, but frankly, most of these are now commodities. So what used to be differentiators, 24-hour customer service, apps, easy-to-use websites are now standard, and it's probably even more standard than what he knows in this book or what he mentions in this book. And that's it. Yes, you could spend hundreds of hours doing detailed comparison with the number of funds offered, frequency of mailings, alternative investment accounts available, but more is lost from indecision than bad decision. More is lost from indecision than bad decision. I like that. Than bad decision. As Benjamin Franklin said, don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. And as Ramit Sethi said, let others debate minutia. All you need to do is open up an investment account at a discount brokerage. Boom. Signing up should take about an hour. You can do it entirely online. You can call companies. They'll mail or email you the necessary documents. Remember, you'll tell them that you want to open a Roth IRA, so they give you the right paperwork. There'll be a way to connect your checking account to your investments account so that you can regularly automatically transfer money to be invested. Later, when we start investing in Chapter 7, I'll show you more about how companies waive minimum investment fees if you agree to automatically send $50 or $100 per month. But opening a Roth IRA is free. Ideally, you'll be able to increase that amount. You'll learn exactly how much you're able to invest monthly after reading the next chapter. If you're investing in a Roth IRA, let me know like which brokerage account and what you're investing in below. What about Robo Advisors? You may have heard about Robo Advisors, like Betterment and Wealthfront. Robo Advisors are investment firms that use computer algorithms to invest your money. Robo refers to the computer investing for you versus an expensive advisor. Robo Advisors took the elite financial planning services offered to clients of financial advisors and full-service investment firms like Fidelity and made them accessible to the average person. You know, Uber made private cars more accessible and convenient, and taxis. That's sort of what robo-advisors have done in the investment industry. Robo-advisors implemented new technology to offer investment recommendation for low fees. They improved the user interface so you can sign up online, answer a few questions, and know exactly where to invest your money in a few minutes. And they personalize the experience so you can add in your goals, like when you want to buy a home, and automatically allocate money aside for it. I have a strong opinion on robo-advisors. While they are good options, I don't think they are worth the cost, and I believe they are better options. As an example, I specifically chose Vanguard, and I've stuck with them for many years. Let me explain the pros and cons of robo-advisors so you can make your own decision. In the last few years, robo-advisors have become increasingly popular for 3 reasons: ease of use, low fees, and marketing claims. Ease of use. They have beautiful interfaces on the web and our phone. They offer lower minimums and make it easy to transfer your money over and get started investing. Low fees. In general, their fees started off lower than those full-featured investment firms like Fidelity and Schwab. Those firms quickly realized the competition and lowered their fees accordingly, while the fees at low-cost firms like Vanguard have always been low. Marketing claims. Robo advisors make lots of marketing claims, so you are true. Some are true, such as the ease of use. Some are disingenuous, bordering on absurd, like they focus on tax loss harvesting. That's funny. 10 minutes already. As you probably realize, I'm a huge proponent of anything that expands the use of low-cost investing to ordinary people. Long-term investing is a critical part of living a rich life. So if companies can strip away complexity and make it easier to get started, even charging a general low fee, I'm a fan. These robo advisors have added phenomenal features that are genuinely helpful, including planning for medium-term goals like buying a house, long-term goals like retirement. What's more, you can often tell how good something is by who hates it. For example, Bank of America hates me because I probably call them out on their bullshit. Good. In the case of robo-advisors, commission-based financial advisors generally hate them because they use technology to achieve what many advisors were doing, but cheaper. Advisors' logic on this is not especially compelling. Financial advisors essentially say that everyone is different and they need individual help. Not one-size-fits-all advice. Untrue. When it comes to their finances, most people are mostly the same. Robo-advisors have responded by adding financial advisors you can talk to over the phone. Traditional financial advisors say their advice provides value beyond their mere returns. My response, fine, then charge by the hour, not as a percent of assets under management. Correct is right. Robo-advisors emerged to serve the audience that was previously ignored. Young people who were digitally savvy, upward affluent, and don't want to sit in a stuffy office getting lectured by a random financial advisor. Think of an employee at Google who doesn't know about what to do with their money, who's just sitting in a checking account. Robo-advisors have done a good job of appealing to that audience. But the real issue here is, are they worth it? My answer is no. Their fees just don't justify what they are. The most popular robo-advisors have superb user interfaces, but I'm not willing to pay for that. Since they opened, many robo-advisors have dropped their fees, sometimes even lower than Vanguard. But there are two problems with that. In order to run a sustainable business on fees lower than 0.4%, they have to offer new, more expensive features and manage massive amounts of money. We're talking trillions of dollars. As an example, Vanguard currently manages 9 times more than Betterment and 10 times more than Wealthfront. That sheer massive scale and huge competitive advantage to Vanguard, which built itself over decades to sustain on tiny fractions of a percentage fees. New robo-advisors can sustain only those low fees unless they grow their business rapidly, which is unlikely. Instead, they've raised money from venture capital investors who want rapid growth. In order to attract more customers, robo-advisors have begun using marketing gimmicks like highlighting a minuscule part of investing, tax loss harvesting, which is basically selling an investment that's down to offset tax gains that they blew up in a seemingly critical important part of an account. This would be like a car manufacturer spending millions of dollars marketing a triple coat of paint as one of the most important parts of buying a car. Sure, tax loss harvesting might save you a little money over a long term, but not a lot. And in many cases, it's unnecessary. It's a nice to have feature, but hardly something on which you should base the important decisions of choosing what firm to invest your money with. Some robo-advisors have also begun offering products with higher fees, as the Wall Street Journal reports in 2018. He has a point to keep track of all your accounts. One thing that drives me insane is searching for the login information of all my different accounts. So I keep track of all my accounts. I use a password management tool called LastPass. It securely stores URLs, passwords, and details of every account, and it works on my laptop and phone. This is an important part of my financial system because it's essential to have all the information in one place so you can seemingly log in when need to. Wealthfront added a higher cost fund of its own. The offering uses derivatives to replicate a popular hedge fund strategy known as risk parity. Some clients, joined by customer advocates and rivals, quickly took to online forums to criticize the fund's cost and complexity. They also took Wealthfront to task for automatically enrolling certain customers in the fund. I just look at my account and it's true. There was money moved into your risk priority fund without my consent. Wealthfront customer Cheryl Ferraro, a 57-year-old San Juan Capistrano, California, recently posted on Twitter. I had to go into my account and tell them I wanted my money moved out of that fund. It shook my confidence in them for sure. This is Ferraro said in an interview. This is a predictable outcome when a low-cost provider raises venture capital. Sorry. Raises a low-cost provider like Vanguard. I believe Vanguard has the edge, and I invest through them. This is a predictable outcome when a low-cost provider raises venture capital and needs to grow rapidly. It either finds more customers or finds a way to make money from each customer. I believe Vanguard has the edge, and I invest through them. But realize this, by the time you've narrowed down your investing decisions to a low-cost provider like Vanguard or Robo Advisor, you've already made the most important choice of all, to start growing your money in long-term, low-cost investments. Whether you choose a Robo Advisor or Vanguard or another low-fee brokerage is a minor detail. Pick one and move on. Feed your investment accounts. Okay, you have your investment account, excellent. Since most of us set up automatic monthly contributions to waive the minimum, your money will regularly send to your Roth IRA. It will patiently wait for you to decide exactly how to invest it, which we'll cover in Chapter 7. If you didn't set up your automatic contribution, do so now, even if it's just $50 a month. It's a good habit to get into and will help you accrue any necessary minimum. Well, thank you all for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the chapter. The rest of the chapter talks about HSAs, which are health savings accounts, which give you like a double tax advantage, both when you use it, when you put money in, as well as when you take money out to spend on medical expenses. I don't think I'll cover the rest of the chapter, but hope everyone's well. Hope you enjoyed chapter 3 of How to Teach You to Be Rich. Enjoy your day. Pieces.